Hello to anyone who's watching this video. I thought I'd do a video on the 4JX1 engine in a Holden Jackaroo, just because when I started working on this thing, there wasn't really much out there in terms if you wanted to learn a bit about it and get a bit of knowledge about how things come apart and stuff like that. It can be a little bit daunting, this engine, for some people. I've had this thing off the road for about 2 months now, just doing bits and pieces to it. The last thing I just done, it had a lot of oil leaks everywhere, which engine oil leaks on this engine is not a good thing because of the high pressure oil pump supplying oil to the injectors. And any oil leaks is just not good for running purposes. But I noticed I had a pretty big leak coming out of the side of the front of the high pressure oil pump. And once I took that timing case cover off, found that the cam seal was leaking as well. So I got a timing belt kit, and it came with the cam seal, timing belt, the tensioner, and a crank seal, which is actually the same seal that goes on the front of the high pressure oil pump. So that was pretty handy. They're pretty easy to change out, pretty easy to line up all the timing marks. Ended up just changing the rest of the belts while I was there. Cleaned it all up and put it back together. It came with a water pump as well, which I replaced that. Also ended up putting a new turbo on it because the old one, the wastegate bracket, had actually broken off and had a lot of play in the turbo itself. I ended up getting just a Chinese turbo off eBay, and I heard a lot of mixed reviews about them. I thought I'd just give it a go. I ended up buying a complete turbo, thinking I'll just change it out. The studs out of the old housing for the dump pipe to go on the back just would not come out no matter what I did. Stud remover tools, lots of heat, it just wouldn't come out. And had to be an odd size stud, which just no one can get it, which is not very widely used at all. Same with the nuts. So I ended up getting just some Wicks nuts with some spring washers and putting those on there, and putting the cartridge from the new turbo into the old housing, and that works quite fine. Changed all the coolant lines to new ones that are all brittle and coming apart. One thing I did notice as well when I was doing the timing belt and that, this little hose here was quite brittle, and then as I pulled the plate off, it just fell apart, so I replaced that. Also, what else did I do? I seen a video on disconnecting the EGR by simply just plugging the end of the vacuum hose that goes on the bottom of the EGR. I've also, the next thing I've got to do is, it's got a bit of a leak in the rocker cover, and the sleeves seals and injector seals are due for getting changed. It's been about 100,000 k's since they were last done, so I'm going to do that this weekend, and I'll take a video of that as well, and go through it as I do it. Even just after fixing the oil leaks and stuff like that. Also changed the O-rings on the sump oil pickup pipes, and I noticed that my oil pressure just shoots up straight away now, and it's running a whole lot better. Starts a lot easier and just running a lot more smoothly. One thing that was a bit of a pain, I had it sitting here for about 3 months, and to try to get it started again was an absolute mission. I think a lot of people, they have them sitting around for a long time, and I think there's something seriously wrong when they can't get it started, because it needs to build up oil pressure and probably purge all the air and all that sort of stuff. It took I flattened 2 batteries and half a can of Start Your Bastard just to get this thing started, and then eventually, finally, after I thought it wasn't going to go, it started and then just ran beautifully. Yeah, I've got a lot of front end work to do to this thing as well, but just let me know if you guys are interested in this sort of stuff. I'll keep posting more videos as I do more work to it. Cheers.